Hello everyone, my name is SwingPoynt and welcome back to Resident Evil Resistance. This is the multiplayer game bundled with Resident Evil 3. And today we're going to do a Martin build. Mega Martin as I like to call him, or Critical Martin. A lot of people have been asking me about Martin builds. We were going to do Mixtape Martin before they went ahead and nerfed mixtapes, and we can still talk about Mixtape Martin. Basically the whole idea behind that is you run a bunch of mixtapes and it makes his fever skill rotate a lot faster. But we're going to do a build that is a little more fun, a little more interesting, a little less meta. And it's going to be called the Mega Martin build, or the Critical Martin build. Okay? So, let's talk about his skills, then we'll talk about his equipment, and then I'll show you what he looks like in a regular match so you can kind of understand his effectiveness. Okay? And there's also some things that you might not know about Martin that we'll go ahead and cover in this video. Okay? So first, let's talk about his fever skill. There's two variations. There's Rapid Cooldown, and there's Enhance, both of which stun the whole room. Rapid Cooldown stuns for about 9 seconds-ish, 8 to 9 seconds. And then Enhance does it for about 14 to 15 seconds. So let's say 14 and a half. The difference is that Rapid Cooldown's 90 seconds on a cooldown, and then Enhance is 120 seconds. Personally, I use Rapid because those 9 seconds you have to go ahead and clear out a room is plenty of time. And then you also get to use Rapid Cooldown more often. Enhance, you don't need those 15 seconds, you really don't. And then it just slows you down on how quickly you can use your ultimate. Now on to his Makeshift Mind, his personal skill. When I was first introduced to Martin, I was like, oh, go Shock Mine, the area of effect, the crowd control, yada, yada, yada. But there's some things I want to talk about with the Flame Mine. I still prefer Shock, and Shock will stun whatever it hits in an area of effect way for about 9 seconds. But Flame Mine does something that Shock doesn't do. So we know that Flame Mine does damage, so anything that walks onto it, it'll get hit with an initial blast, and that blast will do up to 300 damage from what I was able to test. And then it'll also do damage over time of up to 225 damage per tick. But what makes it interesting is it will stun bioweapons. Shock doesn't do that, they walk right over it. Flame Mines will stun Gherkin, they will stun Mr. X, they will stun Nemi. They'll stun them so hard that if you're running Overkill or Pulverize on Mr. X or Gherkin, it will make the person fall out of that grip. It'll make them drop the survivor that they're trying to overkill, which is really, really interesting. You can go run up with Martin during an overkill stance, put it right underneath him, and that little bit of wiggle in the animation that Gherkin does, or the little bit of wiggle when Mr. X is holding somebody, that's enough for them to trigger the mine, and then they'll drop whoever they're holding. So Martin kind of has two ways to rescue his friends when they're being grabbed by a bioweapon. So, something to keep in mind. I still prefer Shock due to the crowd control, but Flame Mine, don't sleep on it. It might be your play style. Now let's go on to his passive skills here. This whole Mega Martin build revolves around Reinforce, which is under the Life Hack skill. So there's two variations here. There's Gas Mask and Reinforce. Gas Mask is great if you want to avoid poison. I prefer Reinforce for the Mega Martin build because it will increase critical hit chance and it will increase the durability added to repaired melee weapons. Now this increased critical hit chance, that'll apply to guns and to melee weapons, but I prefer to use melee weapons in this build because you're actually using the second half of this skill. So when you have a melee weapon, it has 1000 durability. With this skill, once that initial 1000 durability is used up and a repair kit is used, it will be 1500 on the durability. So that makes it so that Martin is more efficient with his repair kits, which opens up some other things for him to do with yellow herbs. And when you combo up that Martin also has increased backpack space, so instead of his default amount of slots, he gets an extra 2. That gives him room for yellow herbs. He also has the economy for yellow herbs, which ultimately makes it so he has more damage that he can do. And that's really important because Martin only has 1000 health. So using yellow herbs makes it so he'll take 30% less damage. Now we'll talk about what we can do with that in the equipment, but just make sure you keep that in mind. The yellow herbs can do a lot for Martin, and he's kind of made for it. Now on to his final skill here, Sapper. You can do Nimble, or you can do Switcheroo. Personally, I like Nimble. I think Switcheroo takes too long. If you want to do a build around Switcheroo, go ahead and do that. But for this, we're going to run Nimble. It'll make it so he can disarm traps faster. And now on to Martin's equipment. This whole build is around critical hit chance, right? Kind of like Sniper Becca in that regard. So because of Reinforce, we want to run skills that will make it so he does more crits. And since we're running melee here to combo up with the increased durability, we're going to run Leather Handle 2, Leather Handle 1, Dog Tag, even though it's expensive, it's the only other one that will increase critical hit chances. And then for his final skill here, I prefer to run Hollow Point rounds. Now, hollow point rounds will affect melee damage. I know they look like bullets, but it does affect melee crits, okay? So I'm gonna run hollow point rounds. I wish I could run hollow point 3 because it does a ton more than hollow point 2 does, but you work with what you got. We only have 20 equipment points, and we'll still be able to do just fine. Now, if you wanna run something else, let me give you an idea on a variation here. You could run supplements 3, and you'll still be within the 20 points. It'll make your yellow herbs do more damage, and you'll take less damage. The problem is, you need to be running yellow herbs. So then you're kind of playing the battle of, well, hollow point rounds only works on my critical hits, but then supplements only works when I'm using a yellow herb. So, you know, pick your poison. Personally, I prefer to use hollow point rounds because the whole point of this build is that he's critting a bunch anyway. So take advantage of the fact that he's critting so much by increasing your critical hit damage. Okay, so we got a game here. We have a Tyrone, a Jill, I'm Martin, and I think I saw, ooh, well, it was Valerie, but now we have a Becca. Ooh, we'll see. So they're probably picking Becca because they don't think that Martin's gonna put a lot of damage out. Little do they know, we're Mega Mart. So between Jill and Becca, we're gonna have a ton of damage, especially if Jill has rockets. Martin on top of that's gonna be great. Tyrone can keep us alive, especially if he's gonna be a Dr. Tyrone. So it should be an interesting match, as long as we don't get a Gun Nikolai. Because Martin can't do a whole lot against Gun Nikolai because your mines aren't going to touch the cameras, and neither is your flash baton. And we're totally kitted out to run up against melee. So we'll have to see how it goes. Level 9, Alex, huh? It's the baby. But maybe I can show you some things here. Now, part of the thing with Alex is that she's super poisonous, right? Part of the way you counter her is stay away from her. So the melee thing kind of goes against that. Well, let's work with what we got. So we have a torch,
Sound like that
which could be good.
We're after too much. Sheesh. Wait, there's no coffee in here, right? Okay. Yes.
Which could be good up against Yataveo later.
Right.
Oh. Oh. Wait. What? Oh. Let's see. It's a laggy match. We're all going to teleport all over the place. Great. Great. Well, let's see if he's Dr. Tyrone. Nope. If he is, he's not Super Dr. Tyrone. Might go pretty quick here still. Yeah, it's pretty quick. Okay. Well, let's watch for traps here. And we'll just see how this goes.
A key to open the path to further danger.
We got traps here, so I kind of want to be a little careful. See if I can get an easy 10 here. Nice. All right, perfect. Whoop. No, I don't have a gun here. Oh, yes, I do. Give me the 20, give me the 20. Oh, there we go. So we might get a couple of opportunities to go ahead and show off his crit damage that he does, or just the amount of crits that he does. We'll see. Either way, Martin's really good at disarming traps, getting free 10 seconds here, free 10 seconds there, especially against an Alex that isn't running instant explosion. I'll take that enhancer because it's really good for Martin.
The cage has found.
Let's see what we got in here, though. Woo, buddy. Honestly, kind of surprised I didn't get bit just now.
I'm surprised it took you that long.
She's just putting a lot of traps right in front of me. It's kind of silly. Shouldn't do that. I'm Martin, man. You think you're gonna sneak up on me?
I reckon this will be of some assistance.
Oh, let's see what we have in here. Oh, I could go stun this room. There's a crit. And Martin will crit a ton. If you get to area 3, you'll be able to see a whole lot of that on the cores. I'm not really sure. Ooh. Supply zombie? Supply zombie? So supply zombies win games, man. They're ridiculous. They're super overpowered for the survivors. So if you can pick up a supply zombie, you ought to go for it. Now, there's a few spots where they spawn.
There's no escape for you now.
One of them's way back here. Yeah. Of course, my doofus butt. Honestly, I should have just used my flash baton because I'm going to run out of time. Maybe not. Thank goodness he crits so much. It speeds that whole process up. I might not have got that done in time. Okay. Let's see what we have here. So, flamethrower.
Supposed to get that.
Flame. Flamethrower would be nice against Yataveo. I was hoping for something. Else here to help out Becca, maybe like an ATM or something. But I'm going to keep picking these up because she's going to put them out there for us. Every once in a while I forget about them, but just kind of feeding them to us. Oh, they were waiting on me. Sorry. It's fine. Easy 10, easy 10, easy 10. So we're going into area 2 with 7 minutes. We have more time now than we did when the game started. Leaving area 1, so
It would have been disappointing.
all those
for my
mines are
study if
definitely
you
hurting
hadn't
her
made
right
it
now.
this far.
I'm gonna put this here so I can spray play if I need to. Put you on 2. And if I get a sledge, I'll buy that. But I can't. So I'm gonna just keep going repair kit here. And take advantage of his passive that he has. So I'm at 161 on my durability right now, but I can get way higher. I probably should have bought a blue herb. I bought 2 green herbs. I probably should have bought a blue herb now. What do I have on me for yellow herbs right now? So part of the problem with the yellow herbs, IMO.
Now I'm almost strong enough.
One, there's not a lot of them. 2, you kind of got to stand still when you use them. And if you put them on your hotkey, well then, you know, you're wasting a hotkey. But they can be really nice, especially in area 3.
This data
boy.
is excellent.
Oh, it totally works.
That was
Yawn.
easy. And a lot more to go.
All right. Oh, I'm coughing. Never mind. We got Dr. Tyrone here, so I don't have the first aid spray. Honestly, like, I kind of want to save my first aid sprays for Tyrone in case he needs help at some point. Brain power here. Throw a mine here. Give us a little bit of protection on the side. Take out this bad boy.
I will crush you.
So we might not even see that one coming. So I'm going to go ahead and use my blue herb now because I got a little bit of protection from the makeshift mine I put down. Did you? What? Did he whiz through here already? No way he's that fast. No, I guess he kind of was. Okay, well. Still picking stuff up. I can drop ammo later for the ladies. If they're using guns. Tyrone's picking his butt over here. Yeah, there's lots of stuff kind of just being skipped over right now. Don't get complacent, man. Ooh, God, these... So supply zombies, you always got to go for them. They're super, super simple to get to half the time.
This is wrong.
Once you figure out where
I
they
was
spawn...
supposed to collect that.
Ooh, spark shot. Once you figure out where they spawn, you can really do a lot to make it so your team's really hard to take down. Because look, I already have 3 sprays. Like, I can pick up the whole team 3 times. And every time you kill a supply zombie, you get 5 seconds. It used to be 10. You get 5 seconds for killing them.
This does not.
And you also get 30 seconds just for opening the bag. Oh, sorry, Tyrone. Those crits are so nice. Uh-oh. Oh.
Yes, this data is intriguing.
Here we go. So she's trying to capitalize on that.
Our latest find.
There we go. Flamethrower's good for freeing Tyrone here, so he's got to get out of there.
I have other challenges.
Oh, it hit me through the wall! Ah, no, he's gonna eat somebody! So Tyrone's just trying to take out the plant right now. I'm gonna kind of try to save it a little bit. Just in case he gets a grab on somebody again. Yeah. See? What I'll save it for. Here we go. Nice! The Activeo's so bad. I feel so bad. No! Shouldn't have said that. You might eat me now. Run! Run! Okay, we got away! Now the Activeo's not gonna do anything. Cool. Yikes, man. Almost got me. So, since this Alex seems to just keep putting traps all over the place, I'm gonna keep looking for him. We might see something really mean out of Becca here in a little bit in area 3. I got plenty of herbs though, so I'm thinking we're getting those. We have one more location too. Who can I help? Oh no, wrong thing, wrong thing. Flamethrowers are pretty good against cameras, man. But yeah, you get 30 seconds. Uh-oh.
I can do this.
Uh-oh. Oh god, I was hoping he was gonna get me. You get 30 seconds for opening the supply zombie. 5 seconds for killing it, so it gives you 35 seconds of buffer if you want to go across the map to get it. If it spawns right in front of you, you get basically a free gift. Anybody gonna take that? And it drops things like first aid kits and miniguns and, you know, all this other crap, which is ridiculous. It's way too easy, man.
Crayon.
Alright, Tyron used his ult for some reason.
Gotta be careful.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, good move. Well, smart. He must have heard them setting up and I didn't hear them because they were talking. Let's keep rolling here. Yeah, something that Martin's really weak against is guns because he doesn't have a lot of health. But these traps, she just keeps putting right in front of us. If I were to do traps with Alex, and you're gonna try to like place them right next to people, you can't place them while they're running next to them. You know what I'm saying? Gives us too much of a buff. Oh, she's gonna set that up. She might, or I might just get another 20 seconds here. Like, I'm getting so much time as Martin. And this is one of the nice things, is I can do a ton of melee damage, but I can also disarm traps and get a ton of time that way. And something, if you didn't know about Martin, if she tries to manually detonate a mine, if he walks up to it and starts his deactivation process, that'll interrupt the manual deactivation, or the manual explosion, excuse me. So unless you're running instant exploding traps, Martin's gonna be able to take those mines and keep them from exploding, even if you're grabbing them. So, cool little thing that you just saw there. Now, I'm gonna try to get a sledgy here. I'm gonna drop this ammo so Lays can pick it up, because I'm not gonna be using a gun. All right, here. And let's go sledgy. And I do a lot of my repairs anyway. I don't need to spend too much there. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a blue herb just in case. And I'll buy one more repair kit just to be safe. So right now, I have my flamethrower, which I'll keep in my inventory unless... yeah, Taveo shows up. I don't even know if I really need the torch, but I'm pretty full up on everything else anyway. So... I don't think I can flash right here, but I'm gonna try to get in and get my flash out. There we go. Let's get out of here. Let's start doing damage! Oh, crits! Oh, that was a finisher, so that wasn't a crit. You will always crit when you're doing finishers? Wow, we cleared this out in no time at all. Dang. And there's Yataveo, huh? Interesting choice. Okay.
You have the honor of being the first
well, I'm gonna get rid of this. Take you out. Oh, that really hurt. Okay. So I have the flamethrower ready now. Don't touch me! Yeah, okay. I was trying to beta devour out of them. Let me get rid of this too. Oh, he's gonna pull me into the trap! Oh, Becca got him. Becca's ult can pretty much completely destroy Yataveo.
Let's not do that again.
Oh, it didn't go after me. Weird. Something that's really crazy is if you have Yataveo burning, we just got 15 seconds for taking him down. If Yataveo's burning, he takes like freaking 700 damage per tick while he's burning, which is disgusting. Really sucks for Yat. Another thing, in case you didn't know this, is that if you down Mr. X or Gherkin, Mr. X or Gherkin, then you can get 15 seconds back every time you do that to them, and they'll be stunned for a pretty long period of time. Something you might not have known about this area, especially if you're Becca, but she's really good at, you know, kneeling down, getting a ton of damage out. If you shoot like right in this area, you can shoot right in between here. You can take out this core from like right here, and it's disgusting. You can shoot right here and take that out. So imagine taking that out and then shooting across the map with your rockets, depending on what spawns you end up getting. Becca's a meanie. Can I shoot this from here? Ooh, maybe not. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. Really? Come on, I want it. So I'm not gonna be able to do the first core here. I really want to get the supplies out of me.
This is hopeless. Give up.
Really? Wasting my whole spark shot here. Got him! Nice. Okay. Well, now she's not going to get that extra card. And if we happen to get up there, we got, you know, probably a first aid spray waiting for us, maybe another special weapon. Are you going to try to blow up these mines? Okay, well, I'm not going to go after them, because I want to show you guys Martin actually doing damage here.
Eyes made to be torn out.
So where is it? It's over here, huh?
For the same
she erased it for me. Thank you. Goofy. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I might not get there in time because the cooldown might be a little bit. Depends if she tries to control this zombie. Just playing games with me here. Well, hopefully team can take care of it. I really wanted to have my enhancing spray active. Just be able to get me up here. No? We're not doing that? We're gonna raise that up. Okay. Things can start shooting again.
Why are you still trying?
Did she just take it out from underneath?
Succeed.
Oh, you monster! Well, where's the last one? It's over here. I might not even be able to show you the crits on the freaking core, man. You can do a lot to hurt cores from a distance in this game. I'm gonna try to run right by all of these. Don't kill me! Okay, I'm fine. I want to do damage. Crits! So yeah, Martin can do like 2,400 damage to the core with this. He does it pretty often. So, I don't know, he's pretty good at clearing the cores, man, all by himself. Usually that's a Sam move. But Martin can also take care of himself, which is really nice too. Are those a few too many mines for Mr. Martin there? But we're doing fine here.
What science can give us. Why do you still resist?
I timed that just right. I was a little nervous that he was going to still grab me there, but I tried to time it where he was still within the animation so he couldn't use a second skill, but then also not get grabbed, and we nailed it. A little window there. Ow! Ow! Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Another thing to keep in mind with these traps is that she has a bunch of them spawned in one area. If you shoot them and they blow each other up, you're only going to get like 5 seconds for it. Or 10 seconds, whatever it is. But if you throw a grenade and blow them all up at the same time, you're going to get a ton of time back. So like this right here. Do I have a grenade? No, I don't. Yeah, if I had a grenade and we took all those out at once, we would have got like a minute back. It would have been ridiculous. But if I just sit there and shoot at it, we only would have gotten, you know, 1 trap's worth. There you go. So lower rank Alex.
Are we alive?
But she was.
Did we really make
She
it?
had some pretty clever plays. The biggest thing that she was messing up on was she was just putting traps right in front of Martin. Shouldn't do that.
You may feel free
And then we had a
now,
team that was,
but one day you
you know, higher
will
level. They knew
find
what
that
they
you
were
have
doing. So
transformed into
I would say
something
the way the game is now, if a
monstrous.
team
You will
all knows what they're
destroy
doing,
your families.
they're gonna beat most survivors. They're gonna beat most masterminds anyway, because you know once you figure out all the masterminds tricks, then we're all out of tricks. So it gets kind of tough. All right, chat. So this was a Martin build. If you guys want to see more builds and more stuff that we do, we stream every single night. Twitch.tv/SwingPoynt. I would love to see you guys over there. We can always talk about Mixtape Martin in another video if you guys are interested, but I feel like Mega Martin here is way more fun. And he kind of brings an element to the game that masterminds aren't necessarily going to expect, which can be really, really powerful. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of these videos, and then I'll see you guys in the next video that we do around.